Yo, what's up, guys? It's Iron Trades here, and today is more of a just kind of a yapping day. This is the trade that I took today. I'm gonna give you guys kind of like a recap on the trade, but at this point, you guys already should know why I took this trade simply by looking at these charts. But I just wanted to kind of yap today. Today was, I'm feeling like a psychology yap type of video today. Again, not really content wise. This week has also been pretty slow, so I didn't really film a lot for this week. No videos planned, at least as of now. I might be working on something big for the future, but right now, no videos in the works. This week has been also just pretty slow, so trading content is just also really slow. I've only taken 2 trades this week, but only one on my live accounts. This is my second trade of the week, and it's Thursday. Today is pre-NFP day, and you're probably wondering why I traded today, because I usually don't trade pre-NFP, but I'm gonna get into that in a bit. Anyways, only took 2 trades this week. Had a winning trade. I shorted YM on Monday, and I shorted that manipulation move lower. If you go back into your charts on YM, I shorted that manipulation move lower before the reversal to the upside. I capitalized on that with a 2-hour win, and then today I had another winning trade, but this one wasn't 2-hour. I was just targeting sell side. We had clear sell side below. These were my clear targets, and I didn't really feel comfortable targeting more than that. So I didn't really feel comfortable targeting my usual 2-to-1, even though it would have hit TP really nicely. I was okay with just exiting here. Also, I was in on my 150k eval. I only took this trade on my 150k eval on Alpha Futures. I was in with a decent amount of risk, so I was, you know what, like a 1.4R really isn't that bad. And yeah, so I got out at that sell side, made around 3.3k on that 150k eval, and yeah, overall, just a really slow week in my opinion. We do have a 100% win rate, at least for now, for the week. Don't know what tomorrow is gonna do. Tomorrow is NFP day. Obviously, I'm just gonna be trading after NFP, so I'm gonna be on the charts after that. But don't know what tomorrow is gonna do. Let's see. But overall, this week, I just wanted to kind of, since this week was a perfect example, I wanted to kind of just talk about discipline and patience. Again, I'm sure you guys have heard of this a billion times about how you need discipline and shit like that in trading. But again, it's something that I have to keep reminding you guys of, because even me, I still remind myself about that, that I need to stay disciplined. I need to stay patient. I need to stay with the right setups. And I can comfortably say that right now I'm in kind of like a zone, or not a zone, but like in a place right now with my trading where I know exactly what to look for. And if I literally don't see exactly what I'm looking for, I'm not trading. For example, I didn't trade on Wednesday. I'm only going to show YM, but NQ and ES moved almost the same these days. But if you look at it on Wednesday and Tuesday, my trading view is kind of slow. Yeah. Anyways, if you look at it, look at how Tuesday, okay, I traded on Monday. I traded the manipulation move lower. Where was it? Yeah, in here I traded that move lower. If you guys could see this move lower right here, I took a win on that. And if you look at like Tuesday and Wednesday's PA, like, come on, guys. If you traded this shit, I mean, if there was a trade with your plan and you followed your plan, if you got a winning trade, really good for you. Like, but for me, in this type of PA, you know what I mean? Again, YM, this is YM, but NQ moved almost the same. In this type of PA, I personally never, ever, ever find good trades. And if I do find a trade, it's usually a forced setup. Okay? And these type of days are always the type of days, at least for my model and the majority of people's model, that you want to ignore. Okay? Like, these are really just the worst, not the worst, but these are the type of days where the best of the best will know to not engage and will know to, hey, this is not high probability, just stay out of the markets. And again, that's the importance of having patience and having discipline. It's really that simple, because if you are a disciplined person, if you are patient, you will literally see that there is nothing in here. For example, I'm sure there are some people where there was a setup in here for the longs yesterday. And if you took that, good for you. But for me, there wasn't a setup, okay? And by the time that there was a setup, it just didn't look nice anymore. We had SMTs at the highs again, and I didn't like it. So I didn't engage. We had SMT on both sides. Why the fuck would I engage when we have SMTs on both sides? You know what I mean? Like, I want to see SMT convincingly in one direction if I want to trade. And I want to see a convincing draw on liquidity in one direction. And I want to see order flow showing that it wants to go in one direction. Okay? When price is showing me, this fuckery of wanting to go in both directions and just fucking around, why the fuck would I trade? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm really happy that I didn't take anything because, for example, there was a short in here. I didn't find it valid, okay? But there was some people on TikTok and stuff that I saw took this short. Because at the moment in time, or I'm going to go on NQ because, yeah, a lot of people don't trade YM. But let's say in here, okay, on Wednesday, a lot of people took this short. We swept London highs. We had this 50-minute SIBI, etc., etc. We had also an hourly SIBI, I remember. But first of all, I would have never taken this trade. Why? Bro, look at this 50-minute gap right here. Why the fuck would you try shorting with this? You know what I mean? Anyways, besides the point, let's say we didn't have that 50-minute gap. Why would I not short this? Simply looking at the order flow and looking at the draw on liquidity. Some people thought that London highs were going to be the draw on liquidity. But that simply doesn't make sense if you look at the higher time frame. Why would this random high, okay, this random high in this range be the draw? If you look, we swept external sell side and it was a clear higher time frame, you could say, delivery. You know what I mean? We had this order block right here that got respected on the 4-hour, and we had this 4-hour IVG, etc., etc. We had so much reasoning on the higher time frame to go higher. Okay, so this random internal high, yes, it is London high, but this random internal high is not going to be the draw on liquidity. It's going to be the external highs. And at this point, this was the 4-hour high, which was also the high of the day at that point. So for me, this was the clear draw on liquidity. And the only valid trades would have been a trade towards that. Okay, because there's a clear draw on liquidity. And you see price delivering towards that. You see the 50-minute is just looking extremely bullish. We're respecting 50-minute bullish arrays. You know what I mean? So there is absolutely no reason for you to short in here. And a lot of people shorted. I saw on Twitter. I saw on TikTok. A lot of people went short in here, for example. Like, this is just, for me, this was such a clear fake out. This was going to be such a clear, like, the 2022 model, traders are going to take this. For me, I knew the 2022 ICT model, people are going to take this trade. But for me, I immediately saw this trade was not going to be valid. You know what I mean? And again, maybe it's something that I see now that you don't see, but maybe in the future with more experience, you're also going to realize that. And again, everything in trading is just purely experience. Like, you just have to, at some point, when you gain enough screen time and just you see the markets printing every single day, you see the price just doing its thing every single day, you gain enough experience, just hours and hours of every day just showing up to the markets, and just, when that experience at one point just starts coming into play in your trading, where your intuition is like more reliable than what price is telling you. Because, for example, here, yes, we did have SMT with London highs. Yes, we were respecting this 50-minute SIBI. Yes, we were respecting the hourly SIBI. But my experience was simply telling me that that's not the draw on liquidity. The draw is still higher. So why would I take a short in here? Even though price is technically telling me to short. You know what I mean? So at some point when you gain so much experience, you will, like, everything will be on autopilot. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have a gut feeling. For me, I get like a gut feeling when a trade is not valid or not. And when I have that feeling, for me, again, maybe it's not always right. I'm still a human. But the majority of the times, when I do get that gut feeling, when technically on paper the trade is valid, when I get that gut feeling that, hey, there's something wrong here, or maybe my draw on liquidity is not right or something, usually I tend to be right, and usually I don't engage on that trade. I always want to take trades that I'm completely confident in taking. Because let's say, yes, on paper, this trade was valid. If I still took this trade when, first of all, my gut feeling was telling me, yo, there's something wrong. Maybe your draw on liquidity is wrong or whatever. If I still decided to take that trade, even though I wasn't confident in it, if this trade ends up being a winning trade, first of all, I didn't deserve that winning trade. It wasn't a good trade. But second of all, if that trade, for example, was a losing trade, I would have also been mad at myself. because I took a trade I wasn't confident in. I always want to take trades, whether if it's still a losing trade, I'm happy I took the trade. Those are the type of trades I always look for. Okay. And for example, again, today was just a perfect example of that. Like today's trade was so nice. And you know, it was the day before NFP. I usually don't trade the day before NFP, but this trade was so nice, and a way to then mitigate that risk that it is the day before NFP, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to trade my live accounts today then. I'm just going to trade the evals, so I'm closer to passing those. So I only traded the evals, and that was my way of kind of accepting and mitigating that risk in a way. And that's maybe something you should also start applying in your plan. So let's say, for example, there's a trade, it's really nice, but for example, it's the day before NFP, like today, or it's the day, it's the morning of FOMC. Nah, I don't trade the morning before FOMC at all. Like even if there is a setup, because those days are usually, like those sessions are usually the worst. But let's say another scenario where, you know, for example, you notice that the conditions aren't the best, but the setup is really good. If you are still willing to take it, again, if your intuition is and everything like that is telling you to still take that trade, sure, take it. But try to mitigate that risk in some type of manner. Okay, never always put full risk on every single one of your trades, because not every single one of your trades are always the same. And yeah, today was just a little yap session for you guys. Wanted to get this educational video for you guys. Thank you for the support on all of the videos. The videos have been doing pretty decent. Please follow me on Instagram. The link should be in the description. And yeah, if you guys really like these raw type of videos, like no editing, nothing, just let me know in the comments, and I'll, you know, try to record more of these type of videos. Again, today was just a complete video of like just sauce, just, you know, not sauce, but yap, you could say yap and sauce in one. Currently right now, we had tariff news. NQ is down almost 1,000 points for the day. NQ was down 1,000 points at some point, I'm pretty sure. So when it was down like 5%. When it was down 5%, you aren't allowed to trade NQ. You, like, nobody is allowed to trade NQ anymore for the day, because once it passes that, you can't trade NQ on the futures then, because there's like a CME price limit or some shit. So yeah. But luckily, YM isn't even that close to 5%, so I was definitely able to engage on YM really nicely for the day. Again, just a really clean trade with a clear draw on liquidity. These are the type of trades you have to wait for, guys. Just please always wait for a trade where you are so confident in your draw, because those are always the type of trades that are going to hit. Okay. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this yap session. And take care. Manage risk accordingly. This is not financial advice, but manage risk accordingly. And just don't be a gambler, bro.